Well, Ty, I got a couple things I want to go over with you. We just got done taking a look at the camera, looking at some of the problems you have with your sewer line. Okay. I just want to go over a couple things with you. It's going to take just a couple of minutes, and I just want to educate you a little bit first about what's going on with your main sewer line, and about Tom Drexler Plumbing. So I think you probably want to know a little bit about who you're doing business with. That sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay. Has anybody ever really sat down with you and kind of went over how the water system in your house works?
No.
Okay. Well, real simple. Incoming line, you've got a vent here that allows the air to come in so things will flow. Okay. And we've seen a couple spots that you're vulnerable. You know, you had the backup going on in the laundry room. Okay. Then your main sewer line. Okay. Now this is actually the most important piece of this whole system, because whatever comes in, if it can't get out, it's just staying. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm thinking
That would be pretty important. We found some roots in your line here, and you've got that clay line, okay? But as you can see, this is the most important part of your hose system here, okay? Now what we found is that we found some roots. We've seen those. It kind of gives you an idea what they look like, and you've seen them. And the roots, what they're doing there, they're getting in between where those pipes come together, and they're finding nutrients in water, and they just can't resist, especially during dry times in the middle of the summer. And we've seen a couple of little spots like this one, then we've seen a really bad spot like that one that's really causing your troubles, okay? And this right here, if you look at that, you see that, you know, those roots are kind of like this, and that hard waste and toilet paper comes up against it, and it's just a matter of time before that totally blocks it, okay? As you can see, that you've got one big problem and one kind of a couple other little small problems that are probably going to give you some trouble in the future, okay? All right? Now, this is kind of the progression, the stages. You've got those two other spots that we kind of noticed. We've seen where they're just kind of small. Those are at stage 1. But your major problem is right there at stage 2, and that's where this is at, okay? What we're looking to do here is come up with some solutions to keep it from getting to stage 3. Because stage 3, once it gets to that point, you've taken out some of the options on how you can fix it, okay? Now, what happens with stage 2, and that's where you're at, not only can we see the roots in the line, but there's also displacing that pipe. If you can just kind of picture where that waste and fluid is going in between the pipes, it's really wearing that out right there. And that's what really gets you to stage 3, because that pipe eventually displaces and there's nothing else that can be done. It has to be dug up. Okay? As you can see, we don't want to get to stage 3, do we?
I'm thinking not.
I think not? Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on here. Okay. Now this is the kind of pipe that you have. We've seen that. It's called terracotta or clay pipe. I don't know if you remember, or maybe your mom didn't, but I remember my mom had those little flower pots, you know, out on the back porch. They were real brittle. You dropped them and they broke, right? That's what the situation here that you have. And the life span of that clay pipe is about 30 years. You say this house is about 40-something years old? Something like that, yeah. Well, it's done its time. And actually, this technology I think it was invented during, the Romans invented it. So it's been around a long time. This is an antiquated technology. Really brittle material. It's basically done its time. Okay, it's time to kind of move up. We're going to be looking to put some PVC in there for you. All right?
Okay.
Now, a couple of things that you're probably wondering. Can I repair? Can I replace? And I've got 3 options for you. And, the times to repair is if it's reasonably accessible. If the money spent justifies that fix. Now, I've got a repair option for you, but I think that you're in a situation where you really need to replace, okay? And the major reasons are really, it's beyond the lifespan of your existing pipe, okay? The condition of the pipe is deformed and deteriorated. I mean, you've seen that, you know that, right? And this is what I think the biggest thing here is, and you probably desire this as much as anybody else, desire a worry-free solution to your sewer issues. And one thing what we're going to do when we replace this is going to be a lifetime fix. It's not like putting a new roof on your house or getting a new water heater. 10 years from now, you're probably going to have to replace that water heater again, aren't you?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not, but it's going to happen. This is going to fix it. It's going to be worry-free. It's a lifetime solution, okay? All right? And kind of the process we're going to work through here, and you see me out there locating, and I mark the yard for you. We're going to take care of any of the, marking all the utility lines, make sure everybody knows what's going on, and make sure that your landscaping or anything else. Is there any issues with your landscaping I need to know? Do you want any bushes taken care of, removed, or?
No.
No?
Taken care of.
Okay. Well, we've got, if the landscaping is important to you, Then obviously we've got another option that I kind of mentioned earlier to you while we were looking through the camera. It's called the burst trenchless method. I'm gonna go through that a little bit more here in a second. One thing that with the excavation or the burst is, I don't know how much you're in love with that tree, but when we do the excavation, it's gonna take a lot of roots out of that tree. It may kill that tree, okay? Might not, but it may be an expense down the road. That's why I say you might wanna look at that third option as far as a burst, okay? All right? But I'm gonna let you decide that. It's gonna be up to you, all right? All right, so this is kind of with the burst technology I was telling you about. Now, Tom Drexler is the only plumber in town that actually can do this, all right? We're gonna take an airline cable, run it through your line, okay? Hook it up to this thing right here. See, it's like a cutter head and the pipe right there, all right? And pull that through and actually burst the pipe, that terracotta pipe. It'll be in there, and it'll actually be seamless. We heat fuse those welds together, where actually the welds are stronger than the actual pipe. So only vulnerable spots that you'll have will be right at your house, where it goes into the house, and out there past your problem and the local sewer company, okay? So this is gonna be a lifetime fix. It's a really great, neat technology. It's gonna be something that's gonna get you along,
How big
okay?
is that?
Well, these holes are gonna be, we're gonna only have to dig 2 holes, okay? It's gonna save your tree, about 4 by 4, 5 by 5 each hole.
Really?
Okay, yeah, that's it. The rest of your yard's gonna be fine.
Okay.
So it's a pretty neat technology. All right? And the last couple things I'm gonna talk to you about before we really get into solutions, okay? Is one thing about us, we have a lifetime guarantee, okay? The thing about that guarantee also is it one-time transferable. Now, if you ever decide to sell your house, I don't know how happy you are, if you ever do decide to sell your house, that warranty is actually going to transfer to the new owner. I mean, that's a big deal. Now, is it really necessarily going to raise the value of your property? Maybe not, but it is going to raise the marketability, okay? And there's no surprises. We're going to take all the worries here. The prices that I'm quoting you here, it's going to be the total price. There's not going to be any surprises later. I'm sure you've heard the horror stories of the truck and the trucks that quote you one thing and then get halfway through the job and, oh, sir, sorry, we've got another $1,000 we have to add on to it. If there's any issues like that, we're going to handle them. You're probably not even going to hear about it. We're just going to handle it, okay? That's important to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so no risk, no worries. We're going to handle that business for you, okay? And just a couple of things about Tom Drexler as a company. All right, we are a member of Nexstar. It's a world-class business development organization. All of our employees are background checked and drug tested. We're not going to have any felons creeping around your yard,
Oh,
okay?
that's good.
All right, I'm sure you don't want anybody creeping around your yard like that, okay?
No.
All right, we're not going to send anybody, the point here is we're not going to send anybody to your house we wouldn't have to our own, all right? And I just want to mention the code of ethics. Obviously, I'm not going to read that to you. But what I think is important here is that we have a code of ethics. How many other service companies have you ever seen that actually sat down and said, look, we have a code of ethics? Not many. Probably very few. Can you see how that separates us from the rest of the competition?
Oh, sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, one thing I can tell you, we're going to make sure the job is done right. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, so we want to protect that. We're going to do whatever we can to make sure you're satisfied.
That's why I called you.
That's good news. I appreciate you calling us, by the way. Okay, but I do have some options here for you. I wanted to go over real fast. Okay. Now we've got the spot repair that I mentioned earlier. We can do that. But if you look at this option and you have troubles later on, you will actually end up spending more money than fixing the whole thing altogether. And you probably know this, but you know that getting the equipment and the people here and getting organized is a huge amount of the expense to getting this thing done for you. So actually having somebody come out here and replace 10 feet of pipe at a time would cost you a lot more money, all right? But real quick, the spot repair, it's going to be Schedule 40 pipe. We'll take care of all the permits and inspections for you. There is a 1-year warranty, and we're going to put a clean-out in for you right there, so it's easy to get to, okay? Now, we've got the other 2 options. We've got the replacement of the main sewer, okay, by excavation. This is where we're going to dig up your yard, okay? Now, we're going to use the Schedule 40 pipe again. We're going to handle all the local permits and inspections. Lifetime warranty on the pipe, okay? That's a big deal. In my mind, it is. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yes, that's a big deal. It's actually going to have a 20-year warranty against any stoppages also. And we are going to put so if your little one I see running around flushes the keys down the toilet and you have trouble, you call us, we're on the way out here.
For free?
For free, yes. That's a big deal. It's hard to beat that, right? Well, this is the excavation, okay, and that's $4,286, okay? If you wanted to do some financing, it'd be about $105 a month, okay? Now, the pipe burst, this is what I recommend, because this is gonna keep from having to mess up that tree. It's gonna keep your yard nice and straight. Now, we are gonna seed and straw and try and do everything we can to keep the yard straight, but we will leave a footprint. It can't be helped, okay? With the trenchless, this is going to be the smallest footprint as possible, all right? We have a lifetime warranty. We're going to put a clean out for you. We're going to handle all the business as far as permits and inspections. We're going to make sure it's done right, okay? That would be $4,862 with a monthly payment if you wanted to go with the financing options of $122. Now, as you can see, we've got some great options here for you. Personally, I think this is probably the best of the three, but I'm going to let you decide. What I need you to do is you tell me which one you want to do, then give me your okay right there, please, Ty.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Could you make that check out to Rick Lucas? That's Luc.